Hi everyone. So I'm Natasha Astara, and I am the founder of Earth Mother Star Child. And I'm going to start these weekly podcasts about being an empath in the world. Now, if you've tuned into this, you probably know what it's like to be an empath. It's pretty hard work. It's one of those things where it's our ultimate gift. And I have a whole lot of explanations about why it's good to be an empath. It depends what sort of scale you're tuning into here, but I believe that empaths are highly developed, advanced souls who come here with the gift of sensitivity that is bringing us into a higher dimension on Earth. But on a very physical level, empaths are extremely sensitive and aware, so they make good healers, they make good friends, good lovers, good teachers, you name it, anything in society which requires heightened awareness and sensitivity to people's feelings and the environment, to animals, you name it, it's a good thing. However, with that heightened level of awareness, we can also have a lot of problems coming up because our world isn't quite as gentle as perhaps we need it to be when you're very sensitive. So one of the things that happens to empaths is we can be a bit like a sponge. We're not really like a sponge, by the way, even though some people say that empaths are not very well boundaried or somehow that there's something wrong with them. I really do not believe this. I believe that actually the problem lies in the world, and the empath has to deal with the problems of the world with the heightened sensitivity they have. So one of the things that I'd like to look at today is how, as an empath, you can become saturated with other people's energy from locations, energy from all sorts of things, your environment, your workplace, your home, where you sleep, your family members, your partners, sometimes your friendships, all that sort of stuff. You'll find that you can have different levels of how you feel on a daily basis. But this particular podcast is going to look at what to do if you feel saturated. So you pretty much know when you feel saturated with other people's energy or energy that is not conducive to your own. If you imagine that everybody holds their own unique vibration, so something within them that feels good, so they may vibrate to a certain frequency, or if you like, a sort of musical note, and if they hear a musical note that's in tune and in harmony with their note, then their energy will feel vibrant and alive. But if you hear notes that are not in harmony with your note, they're disharmonious and can actually pull your own note off key, then you're looking at energy and vibrations that are not good for you. And you will feel it by generally feeling not very well, feeling very sluggish. You might feel your head feels a bit fuzzy. You might develop illness over time, but you just don't feel right. You get easily stressed. You can have lots of emotional fluctuations, or sometimes you can just feel very flat, like very uncreative, just not like yourself. The feeling is, I just don't feel like me when you're experiencing this, and this happens a lot with empaths. One of the reasons it happens is because usually the vibration is a higher vibration, a higher note than its surrounding experience that it's coming into contact with. So when you have that, you have a lot of disharmony around you. It's dragging you off key. So how do we keep in key? How do we keep our energy clear? So when you're not feeling right, then usually you've been saturated by an outside energy. So the best thing to do is to take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. Sometimes it will take longer, but let's just start with 5 minutes. And I'm going to do that for you now. I'm going to talk you through what you should do when you're feeling just not like yourself. So find a space to be. If you can't find a space on your own, or let's say you're even on a tube or a train or a bus or in your car, obviously be careful if you're driving. If you're just stationary for a bit, just take these moments. So usually find a nice way to sit. So feel like you're in alignment. You don't have to be bolt upright. You can even lie down if you can. So just find somewhere that you can just rest your body. Have full focus that you are going to bring yourself back into alignment. One of the best ways to do this is first acknowledge that you're not feeling great. I'm feeling rubbish and I would like to change it. That's usually what I say. So close your eyes, but you can do it with them open if you need to. Close your eyes and just begin to scan through your body. The best way to do this is to work through the chakras. So imagine your feet are on the ground so that you're grounding. That area is red for the lower chakras. So imagine a red energy that is pushing down into the earth from your feet to help you ground. Now, where we are at now, into coming into the fifth dimension, it's very important that you ground into the fifth dimensional earth grid, which is a crystalline grid. If you are still trying to ground into the three-dimensional grid, the old earth matrix, you will feel worse because your energy is too light for that energy. The vibration is too dense there now, and it has been for a long time. This is why a lot of people haven't wanted to ground, or they felt very uncomfortable grounding into the earth plane. Anyway, the crystalline grid's here, so imagine that energy going through your feet like roots all the way down, grounding into the new earth matrix. Okay, so just feel that and allow anything to discharge down. So we're going to work up the body from that, so you're nicely grounded into the earth, into the new earth matrix, and then imagine coming up your legs and into the orange area, your sacral area. Imagine a beautiful red going into an orange, and then coming up, flowing up into yellow, into the solar plexus, and then coming all the way up to the heart, which is green. And imagine those colours being very vibrant and light, and then coming all the way up to the throat, which is blue, and then up into the third eye, which is indigo, and up into the head and the crown, which is violet. So the reason we do it this way is because you are aligning your chakra system. You are aligning your energy system. So we're focusing on you rather than what is saturating you. So it's asking your energy system to begin to push off what is no longer required. Once you get up to the violet, go all the way up, keep going up through the top of your head and connecting with your star energy, your star family. So that will push you all the way up and connect in, and it has a lovely feeling of energizing vibration as you click into that, because that will also be very harmonious with your own soul vibration. So as you've gone up to the top, so you're really stretched now between heaven and earth, you're fully grounded and you're fully connected up into your star energy. So the alignment in the physical body, you should be beginning to feel a shift. However, if you are really saturated and you're feeling it in different parts, we need to begin to open the quantum field. So this is the Merkaba energy that's going around, usually in a clockwise direction around your body, and it spins very, very fast. It's the Merkaba cube, Metatron's cube, and it will, if you can imagine opening it, you're plugged into the earth, into the grid, and it will begin to spin in an anti-clockwise direction from the feet coming up and all around you, spinning out of your field. This is why it's anti-clockwise, spinning out any energy that doesn't belong to you, any energy you have taken on through not being aware, through all sorts of reasons, because you're healing it, because your awareness of it, bring your attention to it. We are pushing it out so that your energy can flow more effectively. So you imagine that spinning out of your field, and the spinning goes from the feet, goes all the way up through all the chakras, but this time it's spinning like a vortex and up into the sky, and it's pushing up anything that we don't need. It's pushing it out. Okay. So when that's finished, just keep the spinning going, and you can begin to do other things if you need to. Also ask for help. Ask your guides for help. Ask to clear your energy. So once I've done that, I also ask for white light to come in and surround me with white, gold and platinum light. It really depends what you feel you need. Some people, violet light works really well. And this, if you do this practice twice a day, when you wake up in the morning, before you go to sleep at night, or any other time you need it, you will begin to feel that you are less prone to be to your energy becoming sluggish, and then things sticking to it more and becoming saturated. So I hope that was helpful. That's going to be our first podcast for today. I'm going to be talking much more about what it is to be an empath and what your skills are, what your gifts are in later podcasts. But thank you for joining me. I'm going to be very happy to talk a bit about that and how it relates to our daily lives. And if you are an empath, you know exactly what I mean, how it impacts on our relationships, how we enjoy life, how we can thrive. It can also, and I will talk about this in other podcasts, relate to how much money we can make and what we can attract into our lives in terms of positivity, and how we're functioning in this process. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me today, and I will very happily be talking to you soon. If you want to contact me or work with me, look at my website, which is earthmotherstarchild.co.uk. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Come and have a look. Connect up. Brilliant. Okay, bye.